Hi, I'm Elizabeth Webb, your yoga lifestyle coach. Welcome to episode 3. Today we're going to talk about sciatica. In the previous session, I talked about 16 different styles of yoga and briefly mentioned that we would be using a prop today. And thanks, Lori from Facilitated Healing, for donating this prop for our use. So at the end of the show, my intention is to show you how to use this prop. And I have a special guest that'll be joining us today. And she's a colleague of mine. And we work together at Facilitated Healing. And Penny, if you would like to come and take my seat. And she's going to be, as you all know, I am assisted yoga. So, Penny, let's go ahead and get started. As we go through the show today, we'll be talking about sciatica. But to begin with, let's just do a neck stretch. Okay? So go ahead and let your head just drop and just allow me to assist you in making sure your shoulders stay nice and solid, and just let that head be heavy. And just think about taking deep breaths. Thank you so much, Penny, for being here today. And as you breathe, just feel that neck stretch. Notice how her head is releasing more and more, just as she coordinates the body and the breath, because we're doing yoga. All right, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Bring your head all the way up, all the way over, all the way to the other side. And just allow me to assist you. And you can join us. Just sit in the chair and just let your head release to the side. And just let your head feel like it's getting heavy. Just one more breath. And as you're taking that deep breath in, bring your head all the way up to center. And now let's do the cat-cow. If you scoot forward, in episode 2, we talked about the cat-cow briefly. And I don't want to step on the yoga mat. So let's go ahead and arch your back, lifting up and then round. Yeah, good. Let's just do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And as you're taking a deep breath in, round your back, stretch, open up your heart. And as you exhale, round. And let's show them, Penny. If you'll face me and just swivel a little bit on your chair. And if you'll just continue with your cat-cow stretches. Yep. Inhale, arching, lifting up. Exhale. And here, look. As we think about the sciatica, we're going to open up the hips. Inhale. So we're using the cat-cow as a quick warm-up because we want the hips. So notice her hips go back and forth. And as you lean forward and rounding, notice how that's pulling, opening up that joint. Very good. Thank you. You know what? Let's do that same thing on the floor. So go ahead, take your time. You know, today's show, I really want to emphasize that we are going to be talking about, sciatica and the hips and that big nerve that runs through. And sometimes we have pain that goes all the way through and down to, even through the toes. And with this, discomfort, sometimes it's just really either can be discomfort, it can be pain. We can be diagnosed with sciatica from a doctor. So today's show, and with Penny helping today, I just really want to encourage and help. If you have sciatica, this could be helpful if you do it every day. Come on back, Penny. And if you can come on to all fours, please. So, do you have a diagnosis, Penny? Yes. So Penny has a diagnosis. So this is going to be, helpful. So earlier we were doing the cat-cow on the chair. So now let's do that same thing here. So this would be your exhalation. And then as you inhale, let the hips, feel all that movement in the hips with the in-breath, back and forth. Exhale. Use your breath as your guide. As you're inhaling, come back to the cow, lifting your head up. As you're exhaling, pull the belly muscles in tightly. Relaxing your head. Very good. All right. And now, Penny, why don't you lie on your back, and we're going to do a stretch that is going to be helpful for opening up that joint. So we just finished the cat-cow, limbering the spine, limbering up the hips. So now if you'll take one ankle and bring it below your knee and join us at home. And so you can just lie like this, or you can bring this up and you could reach between, you can put one hand and reach behind this leg. So, like that. So if you're at home, you can hold this leg in nice and firm. And then try to encourage this leg to come out. And try to open up your chest. Yes. Let your head be long. There. And we're just going to let this be just for one more breath. So like I was saying, if you have some discomfort in this area, this would be good to do a few times a week. If you've got pain in the area, you could do this once a day. If you've been diagnosed with sciatica, you could do this once or twice a day. And of course, check with your doctor, make sure that's going to be all right. Let's do the other side. So go ahead and mindfully, we are doing yoga, so mindfully be aware of how you're moving your body, taking your time. Yep, is that all right? Yeah? And good. Yeah. Is this okay? Yeah. Yeah, so if you feel the muscles pulling because they're so tight, breathe in to that pulling muscles. Now, if it's pain, then we have to back off. But if it's a very uncomfortable feeling because the muscles are so tight and they're pulling, please breathe with that. Breathe through the discomfort. And let those muscles that are so tight, let those muscles just open up and release. Yeah. Okay, today we're working with the psoas muscle. And in the psoas muscle, Penny, let's go ahead and come up to sitting. So take your time and come up to sitting. So the psoas muscle is a muscle that runs from the bottom of the spine all the way through to the front of the hip. And it's a real deep muscle that's real close to the bone. So if you'll take one leg, let's start with this leg. And when you wake up in the morning, you do a stretch. So stretch this leg real long, and then bring it out to the side. Yeah, and you can probably feel that psoas muscle, Penny. You can probably, yes, you can feel that in your hip. Kind of, can you do that with this leg? And yeah, so And see if you have a little bit of strength to have the leg up and out. Yeah, so you're feeling that in the hip. And then nice and strong. Come on back and just rest. Yeah, very good. So now you felt which muscle we're going to work. If you felt that in the front of your thighs, then stretch a little bit harder. And of course, we'll have to take time for that muscle. If it's tight, you might feel it there instead of in the psoas muscle that we're looking for. All right, so now if you'll come on to all fours, your hands and knees. Yep. And so at home, make sure that you've got a strong belly muscles that holding your spine nice and straight. And Penny, may I have this leg straight out? So at home, you can just take this leg straight out. Make sure your belly is staying strong and lower this hip down. Keep the belly strong. Don't lose the back. And then let's stretch this. So to stretch this, let's bring this leg over. Yeah. Try to keep your shoulders, yep, nice and stable. Give me a little bit more belly strength. You're losing. There you go. Good. A little bit more inner core strength. Drop this hip down. There's a big stretch. All right. Now that we've stretched it for a little while, let's go ahead and can we pull it out? Can you bring your leg out to the side? Yeah, stay strong. Keep breathing. Keep the breath flowing. And then go ahead and relax. Okay, let's do that same thing on the other side. So if you'll take this leg and straighten it out behind you. Yes, at home, make sure you got strong belly muscles so you're not swaying. They're very nice. Good form. And then bring this leg over towards me and see how this is really pulling through that muscle. Yeah, I can tell she's feeling this. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, good stretch. All right, Penny, can you be strong? Keep the leg stretching, but now bring it out. Bring it out. Keep going. Keep going. Make that muscle work. That's it. Keep it working. All right. And then gently release. That was a wonderful stretching and then strengthening. Can you lie face down, flat on the mat? And now this next series of 3 things that we're going to do. We're going to still working on the psoas muscle. So at home, if it's comfortable for you to just lie down, bend your knee, you can look at the camera, get yourself in a place on the floor so you can see us. And then just turn your foot out to the side. And then imagine you're going to try to touch the floor. Try to keep your hips parallel. And try to touch the toe to the floor. Yeah, so that's pretty tight in there. Can I push down a little bit more? No. Okay, thank you for saying so. All right, now we're going to take the foot and turn the foot the other way. So now turn it medial to the inside of you. And now keep everything on the floor. But just pretend like you want the toes to touch the ground. The toes will not touch the ground. They don't need to touch the ground. But it's just feeling that stretch. Yeah. Thank you, Penny, for trying to help. Thank you for doing it at home. Just doing this stretch on your own is going to just really open up that hip and just give you such release. I hope you're on the ground looking at us and trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, now I want to engage this area, Penny. So if at home, try to keep the foot flexed. That helps open up the muscles. And we're going to put the foot on the ceiling. Try to imprint your foot on the ceiling. Yep, very nice. But try to keep both of your pubic bones, both of the front of your hip bones. Your pubic bone is on the ground, and both of your hip bones, Penny, are they on the ground? Okay. Yes. Thank you. All right. And then just hold that one more breath, deep breath. And then as you exhale, release and let go. And then just relax this leg. And we want to keep the body balanced. We are doing yoga, keeping everything in balance. So let's do all of that on the other side. So bending your knee, laterally rotating the foot, taking the foot externally out towards this. And notice how her hips begin to move because there's just not a lot of range of motion. Maybe you're able to do this. Okay, and then start over, and then medial. Turn the foot in, and then bring the foot across the midline of the body. Yep, notice how the hip is trying to follow, and that's okay that it's following. Just notice the stretch. Yep, there we go. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Thanks, Penny, for trying to let these muscles release. Breathe deep into those muscles. Please be doing this at home so that you can stay preventative. If you have a little discomfort in your hips, try to do this. Do the show with me maybe twice a week. All right. And then the last one, flexing the foot and then trying to pretend like the foot's going straight up to the sky. Yeah. And see how the hip is lifting and see if that can release a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, Penny, this is so good for you. And this is good for you too at home. One more breath, deep breath in. And then exhale. And relax. See, that wasn't so painful. Quick, nice little routine to do. And Penny, if you'll come up to sitting. And at this time, we're going to use our prop. And if you want to come to the center of your mat, scoot over just a pinch. And make sure this is going to be comfortable on you. Yeah. So the feet are fine. Yep. So this bolster is really designed for helping us open. And as Penny just tries to relax and just lie here, are you comfortable? Okay. All right. So in our society, we spend so much time in the pectoral muscles going forward. We drive our cars, we're at our computers. So much of our work is doing things forward, whatever it might be. So notice as she's just relaxing here with her palms up, we're going to do 4 different arm positions on here. And this is just going to allow these muscles to open, because what happens is these muscles have memory and they learn how to just stay short, because that's what we're doing all the time. And in our back, upper back muscles, they stay long. And I think we were made to have short back muscles, and these pectoral muscles are designed to be the long muscles. We're kind of backwards in our society. So you can just feel that just opening up. We hold each position for 3 minutes. So now that the 3 minutes have elapsed, let's take both your arms and put the palms down. And release your hands, your arms down. And make sure your hands are in line with your shoulders. So bring that down yeah. And so that's opening up the shoulders and just a little bit of a different way. And then after we're done holding this for 3 minutes, then turn your palms up. And oh, this is just so wonderful. It's calming down the nervous system with that pressure on the spine. And the last arm position is you're going to take your arms all the way up. And then take your arms all the way forward. And then let your arms drop to the ground. And notice how this is helping even a little bit more intense to open up the shoulders. And we've been working on the hips today. So Penny, I want you to take a little bit of time to let the hips open up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let them touch. And then, yep, stay balanced. And this is opening up the inner thighs. It's opening up that hip. We spent so much time today working with sciatica, that psoas muscle. And so now we're giving the body a chance to be open in the hips and the shoulders. Okay, and then time is up for the bolster. When you come off the bolster, if you'll just plop, just roll to the side, and I'll take the bolster out and set it aside. And now if you'll just make yourself comfortable for deep relaxation.